says a bullet from a gun is fired on a rectangular wooden block with velocity u. Okay, fine. So let's say this is a bullet and it is fired in this direction with the velocity u. Okay, fine. U is the initial velocity. When the bullet travels 24 centimeter through the block along its length horizontally, velocity of the bullet becomes u by 3. Great. Then it further penetrates into the block in the same direction before coming to rest exactly at the other end of the block. Good. So question says here, while I'll explain this part, the total length of the block you have to find. So let's understand, let's break the problem. The problem says that you have a wooden block like this. Okay, this is a wooden block, or let me make it little big so that we can understand it much better. So this is a wooden block and a bullet with initial velocity u is fired on the block, right? So after hitting, it is traveling how much? It is traveling 24 centimeter, where its velocity reduces to u by 3, correct? So up till 24 centimeter, its velocity reduces to u by 3, and further it moves to the back end, right, at the back end of this wooden block where it finally stops, correct? So final velocity here also is 0. We have to first calculate this length. Once you calculate this length, add it to 24 centimeter to get the total length of the block, right? So here this problem we will solve it using equations of motion, because the constant acceleration or retardation it is going through, because the force imparted by this bullet will be constant, right? So initial velocity in the first half of the journey. So let me use the equation v square minus u square equals to 2as, right? While going 24 centimeter, okay? What is the final velocity? At the end of 24 centimeter, the final velocity is u by 3, correct? So let's say square minus initial velocity is u square. That will be equals to 2a into distance is how much? Distance is 24. I hope this is clear. Now let's simplify it. This becomes here u square by 9 minus u square will be equals to 48a. I hope this is clear. So this will give you minus 8 by 9 u square is equals to 48a. Let's take this 48 on the left hand side, and this will become minus 8 by 9 into 48 u square will be equals to our a. Let's cancel out this 8 with 48 and we will get here 6, right? So once you get 6, it will be minus u square by 54. That will be our acceleration, the constant acceleration, or you can say retardation, because it's a negative acceleration with which the bullet is moving ahead, right? Now if this is the constant acceleration with which the bullet is heading in the forward direction, let's focus on this journey, this part. So in this journey, what happens basically, at the end we have u by 3. So that will be the initial velocity, right? So here again I am using the same equation, v square minus u square equal to 2as. Here initial velocity will be u by 3, because at the end of 24 centimeter, the final velocity of at the end of 24 centimeter will be the initial velocity for the next part of the journey. So this will be minus u square. What's our initial velocity? Oh great, here I have made a small mistake. V is 0. The final velocity at the end of the block will be 0, because it is getting stopped as per the problem. And minus u square. U is what? U by 3 whole square, correct? And that is equals to 2a. What we calculated a as? Minus u square upon 54. So let's put here minus u square upon 54, okay, into distance s. Let me repeat again in case if you are confused. See, the block is in the block, the bullet is traveling with the velocity u, it is entering, right? At the end of 24 centimeter, the velocity becomes u by 3. So the remaining half of the journey, the initial velocity for that will be u by 3. And at the end of the block, the velocity becomes 0, right? Acceleration remains constant because the constant force is imparted. So this will be minus u square by 9, and that will be equals to minus 2u square by 54 into distance s, correct? Let's cancel out u square on both the sides. So u square gets cancelled with u square, and let's cross multiply. Minus gets cancelled with minus, and we left with 54 whole divided by 9 into 2. That will be equals to s. Now let's cancel out this 9 with 54, 9 6 and 2 3. So distance travelled in the remaining half of the journey is 3 centimeter. Let's go back to our problem and understand the concept. This part is 3 centimeter and the first half of the journey is 24 centimeter. So the total length of the block. So let me write here, length of the block will be how much? 24 plus 3, which is 27 centimeter is the length of the block. Let's see if there is any option. Yes, option D is the correct answer.